morning and welcome to this edition of Mornings. I'm Jamie Diepstein.
And I'm Sadia Matthews. Today is Tuesday, November 22nd, and it is a D-Day. Mr. Broomball is in the Thanksgiving holiday spirit with this week's challenge. Remember to email your answers to nptv@npn.org. Here's your question.
Hey, welcome to this week's Broomball Challenge. Well, you know what's right around the corner, Thanksgiving. So this question deals with that wonderful holiday. Hey, who was the president who moved Thanksgiving up 1 week in order to stimulate the Christmas shopping economy? The answer when we get back.
Mr. Hines is hiding in another little-known area of the school. Do you think you can find him?
Morning, everyone. Take a look at the background. If you think I'm in the dark room, we did away with the dark room 2 or 3 years ago, so not right. Try again.
On Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of this past week, North Penn Student Theater put on their fall play, Pride and Prejudice.
On Thursday, North Penn Theater premiered Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. Continuing into the weekend, the shows attracted large crowds, filling the entire auditorium. But reaching their high performance level was no easy task. Everyone put in a lot of time and effort.
If I would count up man hours, I'm not even sure I could total it all up in the end, because there are just so many people working on making a show come together. And then you have all the private time that actors have, learning lines, working on their characters outside of rehearsal to be prepared for rehearsal.
The endless hours of work are eased by the fun atmosphere created by the play members.
Everyone that takes part in the shows, they're all so real and so genuine with each other, and I love that. And I can always be myself around them.
The performance received high reviews, agreeing with the actors and Mrs. Roney's opinions towards the final product.
You could not have made me the offer of your hand in any possible way that could have tempted me to accept it.
I was very happy because with only 3 days to put together all of the technical aspects of a show, the lights, the sound, coordinating all those cues, making sure the actors know where their entrances are, making sure music is the proper levels between when people aren't speaking and it's covering scene changes to actually people speaking. That's a lot for 3 or 4 people or 5 or 6 people in the technical crew who are actually in charge of all of that.
We tried our best. We brought a lot of energy to the stage, and it went really well.
Congratulations to the cast and crew on 4 wonderful performances. Reporting for North Penn News, I'm Emily Ikeda.
10 North Penn students were chosen by audition to be a part of this year's District Chorus Festival. This event will be held in January at Norristown High School. Congratulations go out to Jessica Arnold, Christian Huber, Emily Bueller, Stephanie Espy, Paul Carter, Thomas Menser, Jeremy Varner, Daniel Zigar, Ian Mix, and Thomas Moyer for their accomplishment.
Last week, communication students were treated to a special guest as Sixers announcer Mark Zimoff stopped by. Emily Ikeda has more.
I spent about 2.5 hours on the air. I talked with someone about it. I get to go, yes! Just like a fan.
Mark Zimoff, the voice of the Sixers, visited North Penn High School this past Tuesday to discuss career paths in the communications field.
So more and more interns are getting responsibility.
Mr. Zimoff spoke on experiences as a sports announcer and shared some helpful advice to North Penn's communications students.
I would say my overall message was for people to follow their heart, to do whatever it is that they feel like they've always wanted to do, something that they love. And in order to do that, to go out and meet as many people as possible, to try as many different things as possible, to get internships, and to be prepared to work very hard for what they want to do, because if they want to get into my business, it's very competitive, and because of that, you have to go out there and meet people, make connections.
He explained the importance of getting direct feedback from professionals regarding the communications industry.
I was a kid just like you.
The exchange of information is very valuable as it relates to you preparing for a career, meaning you as a student. So you have a professional come to school to chance for you in your environment with your friends to ask questions and hear firsthand what the business is like. but it's also good for you to go out and make those same contacts on your own, to visit TV stations, radio stations, newspapers, magazines, and meet those people yourself and be able to sit with them one-on-one in their office, in their turf, get a tour of the place and say, okay, I would one day like to do what you do. How do I get there?
Students took away more than just career advice from Mr. Zumov's presentation.
The real message is to follow your heart and follow what you want to do and just go get it, and don't be relentless. Just keep on going after it and don't stop until you get it.
Dedication. He's dedicated, and that's why he is where he is now.
Reporting for North Penn News, I'm Emily Ikeda.
We know you can't wait for the upcoming break, so the Question Squad found out what are you looking forward to this Thanksgiving holiday.
Food baby.
Turkey fights.
Staying home.
Stuffing.
Football.
Family. Food. Cranberry sauce.
Celebrating my birthday at the same time.
Extreme checkers.
We have two students here to talk about the Green School Initiative. Mr. Monero?
All right, thank you very much. Good morning, North Penn High School. What a week, guys. What a week. 2 days. All right, Thanksgiving coming up. But before we break for the holiday week, we want to make sure that we talk about something very important in the North Penn School District. Rose Foliano and Blake F.A. Champagne are here this morning to talk about the Green Schools Initiative. Now, Rose, you're going to tell us a little bit more about this. Recently, a lot of schools have been recognized for their Green Schools Initiatives. What are we doing at North Penn to make us a green school?
Well, we have a few different goals for the future, but right now our main focus is to educate people and help raise awareness for what they can do to cut energy and why that's an important thing.
Good. Actually, I just saw an email from Mr. Hines. It looks like we're going to be making sure that we unplug a lot of things over the break and things like that, too. What else is going on?
We're also doing some energy auditing where we go around the school and we look at all of the different areas where some energy is being wasted. And we figure out different ways that we can help use less energy in those places.
All right, great, Rose. And Blake, speaking of that, you have some facts that you brought for us today, energy related, right?
Indeed. As an example of our energy auditing skills, I went around CPOD and found that on average, one pod uses $7,784 a year on lighting and 386 kilowatts a day. And finally, a tip for everyone: when leaving a room for more than 2 minutes, you should turn your lights off. Many people believe it's like starting a car. You should leave it running.
All right, great. And you know those C-podders, they use all kinds of energy, but an A-pod, English teachers just read books. No energy required for that. All right, guys, thank you very much. Good luck in the Green Schools Initiative. Have a great Thanksgiving break, and back to the desk.
This week, the dudes show us how to celebrate Thanksgiving.
What's up, haters? We're filming the Do Report Epic Mealtime Thanksgiving Special. We invited all of our friends here, but none of them can make it, so these suckers came. Let's eat. Mama loves me some chicken. Bacon strips. Bacon strips. Bacon strips. Bacon strips. Cover that baby with bacon. Appreciate the meat. Pepper that chicken. Oh, we got all of the chicken. Bacon flip like a champ. Would you like fries with that? How about some burgers? Throw burgers like champs. We stack chicken like champs, hater. We got ourselves pizza, chicken, burgers, bacon, and $15 worth of cookies. Oh, North Penn style. How's that for Thanksgiving? Chewing like spouses. Is that the Cookie Monster? You're darn right. We got that Azeski house. What does the principal think about this? He approves. Next time, we eat lyrics to a James Blunt song.
Do you think you guessed where Mr. Hines is hiding? Let's check in with him to find out.
Those of you who guessed the control room in the rear of the auditorium, you're correct. This is the place that controls the light and the sound for every production, every performance that occurs in the auditorium. Right behind me, you'll see some of the control towers and some of the equipment that is used in producing top quality sound and top quality lighting for all of our events here at North Penn High School. So it's a key room, controls a lot of things, and wasn't always here either. This has been a renovation that occurred in the last few years as we upgraded the sound and lighting in the auditorium.
Thanksgiving has been celebrated the world over for thousands of years. In America, Thanksgiving celebration of the Pilgrims and Native Americans in Plymouth, Massachusetts in the autumn of 1621 is considered to be the first Thanksgiving. 100 years later, in October of 1777, all 13 colonies joined in a Thanksgiving celebration. But it was not a one-time affair. George Washington proclaimed that a national day of Thanksgiving in 1789. But it was not continued. Our modern-day holiday of Thanksgiving can be traced back to October 3rd, 1863, when President Lincoln became the first president to proclaim Thanksgiving Day. Thanksgiving was proclaimed by every president after Lincoln, and in 1941, Thanksgiving was finally sanctioned by Congress as a legal holiday and set forth Thursday in November.
Were you stumped this week? It's time to go back to Mr. Broomball to find out.
Hey, welcome back. The answer you've all been waiting for. Franklin Delano Roosevelt moved Thanksgiving up 1 week to try and stimulate the Christmas shopping economy, but it didn't work out so well. And Congress wasn't too happy either, so in 1941, they passed a law making Thanksgiving a federal holiday, and Thanksgiving must always fall on the fourth Thursday in November. Hey, happy Thanksgiving and happy Black Friday. Thanks for playing this week's Broomball Challenge.
There was no winner for this Broomball Challenge, and that's all for this edition of Mornings. I'm Sadia Matthews.
And I'm Jamie D. Epstein. Have a superb day, North Penn.